What about that?
We are some really good friends. We're a place where you can come to develop your music skills, and just somewhere where you can come to feel at home as a musician.
You made that. They all. Good afternoon. How are we all doing today? Brilliant. We are the Irish Video Games.
What we've found is that game music, anime music, it's the program music of today.
We are the greatest orchestra.
Hello. Right, let's see. Checking. My mic's on. Your mic's on. Your mic's on. Okay, I think we're all here then. Hello everybody. Hello Twitch. Hello YouTube. We are here today with David and Louis, and in the background somewhere we have Rich Keeble as well, so we'll bring him out in a moment. But for now, I'm going to just hand over to David and Louis, who will be your lovely hosts today. And I'm going to disappear in the background soon, but in the meantime, they can chat, and I will continue getting a few things set up here before we bring on Rich. So yeah, hello David, hello Louis. Okay, Pause one sec, guys. My mic audio is not picking you up anymore. It's just picking me up, apparently. 1 sec. You're all coming out of 5 and 6, so give me a 1, 2, Louis. You're not coming out. Okay, hang on. Pause. Analog 3 and 4. Okay, we've got it. We're fine. Analog 3 and 4, not ADAT 3 and 4. Give me a 1, 2 again.
We are some really good friends.
Is he coming out
We're
now,
a place
chat?
where you can come to develop your music skills.
Adams and no
and just
one else.
somewhere where you can,
This is
come to feel
the
at home as a
fun
musician.
of live streaming when it all works right beforehand, and then suddenly it doesn't. Okay. Say that again. You should be here. You may have just heard yourself, but that's fine because I'm going to be very quiet in a moment.
There's definitely an echo.
They're back. I'm going to shut up.
Goodbye, Adam. I know there's still definitely. But yeah, so we missed that. I was saying hello to Louis. I can still hear myself, Adam, if you could kill that.
Yeah, trying.
How are we, chat? Are we good? Are we alive?
Delay.
Good afternoon. How are we all doing today?
I think we need in addition for the fantastic work that MND are doing and the fundraising for MND. I think we need to fundraise separately to get Adam some technology that's going to work. It's a little bit of shade. Throw in here. It would be very nice. Very.
How rude.
Yeah, I know.
That's what
So we're
going to be in aid of.
I think our guest today might be a little bit offended if you offer to auction off his underwear for a charity. But yeah, so we were teasing a little bit before, and obviously we've had streaming problems. So yeah, everyone knows why we're here. You know, we're extremely fortunate today to be able to have one of the most iconic voices in recent video games, I would say, be on stream with us today, and to have a chat with us. I think that'd be fair to say, wouldn't it, Louis? And
I think it'd be very fair to say he's played such incredible roles. He's in the new extraction shooter from Bungie, playing Captain Orion in Marathon. But he's most notably known as Francois, the Angry Turtle, from Expedition 33. He's a couple of other roles in that game as well. One of them sounds a bit like Monaco, but we're going to delve into it now and really peel back the layers and see what makes Rich Keeble tick.
Did you say peel back the layers? I can do that.
Peel back the layers.
Hey!
Oh, look at this. Adam, you've suddenly got an awful lot more attractive.
I heard that.
Hello.
Look, guys, it's Rich Keeble.
We on? Oh, hello. Hello, it's me.
It's great to have you here, Rich. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, not at all. So I suppose we should start with, how are you?
How am I? Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. Yeah, fine.
Did you have a good morning? How was your weekend? The weekend that hasn't happened yet.
What day is it? It's Thursday.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Well, my weekend I was at MegaCon in Birmingham. That was fun.
Very nice.
And then this week, I don't know what the hell I've done. It's been wasting time because I'm on my wife and kids are in Poland. My wife is Polish, and it's half term, Easter holiday, so they're there, and I'm not there because I got stuff to do. I mean, you know, including this.
You're like, guys, I can't do it. I've got the IBGO stream. I just can't do it.
This wasn't the only reason I didn't go to Poland, but yeah, so I'm just trying to do stuff at home, but I'm doing a lot of procrastinating.
As any
sitting here,
self-respecting
self-loathing. Yes,
Look,
yes, I think I
the road
agree.
to hell is paved with good intentions. Do you know?
Exactly. How are you?
Doing great, doing grand. We'll throw out the G word now. It's going to be used about 1 million times in the stream. Doing grand. I mean, as you said, it is Easter, and especially for me, I'm a music director at a church, so this week is just mental. And it's rehearsals and rehearsals and rehearsals, and there's all sorts of stuff like the washing of the feet and the doing of the taxes and the clipping of the toenails. There's all sorts of ceremonial stuff.
Oh,
that has
you
to be
just
gone
reminded
through.
me. It's the
Talking
end
about
of the tax year
feet,
now.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to invoke the T slur at this early on in the stream.
So early on talking about feet.
Actually, what a good segue. Never even thought of that.
Lovely feet. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's not something I think I needed in my ear at
There we go.
20 to 1 on a Thursday. is
Fantastic. I think we do have that as a little audio that you can play during during the streams, I think.
Oh, terrible.
So good.
Now that he said it, someone's going to do it.
Yeah, it's
What lovely
Yeah, I mean,
feet.
if that, I think that would be probably the most confusing thing that chat could do if there's donations to get Minoko voices over while we're talking to the voice actor for Minoko. I mean, that's just going to confuse everybody. Hint, hint, chat sponsor what?
We should disable the point redeem for it so that instead they can go and donate.
Exactly. There'd be a real cost for this sort of peevish behavior.
Yeah. So obviously today, we in the IVGO, we have a separate channel for this in our Discord. We are pretty much all say everyone who's into games is a pretty big Expedition 33 fan. I think it started off maybe with Adam and one of our clarinet players, Ben, and then it sort of there was this overwhelming pressure of guys, you have to play Expedition 33. You have to play Expedition 33.
Oh, we were evangelistic.
Pretty much, yeah. It was very forceful, and then so I'm a latecomer. I don't jump on trends really quickly. I need to be bullied into this sort of thing. So I was bullied for a good long while. I thought, right, okay, look, I'm going to see what this is all about, whatever. And so I picked up the game and started playing, got a wee bit through. Okay, this is great. And then your character appeared, Rich. So Minoko came, and I will be honest, I did not have the faintest clue what to make of it, or him, for the longest time. And so, as a presented entity, polished, it's everything they've designed, how they're going to introduce this character, I had no clue. So I have to ask, what on earth did they give? Did you know what you were auditioning for? What did they give you to go off whenever they said, we want you to play a big hairy man beast?
Just give you a picture of yourself.
Yes, it was just a picture of me with a mask on and a pair of red Speedos, like these ones. Yeah, they sent me. I mean, I actually did it. I posted my audition online recently, but yeah, they just sent me a bit of text about what it was. Not a huge amount. I think they said that he was a shape-shifting gestural, and they gave me some notes on the voice. Deep, booming, and then some sides, some bits of script to do, and that was pretty much it. And I didn't really. They did send a picture of him, and I couldn't really work out what was going on because I think it was just his, face without a face. But because I'd done loads of weird-looking creatures, it didn't faze me too much. So I just kind of went with it. Went with my instincts, really. I did the voice that I've done on auditions and other games, plenty of times before. What was unusual was the script was quite funny, and I thought, it just feels funny. It's unusual to have this sort of character and fun script. So I just sort of deliberately didn't overplay it, and went with it. And I think this 38-second self-tape got me the job. So very fortunate, really.
It's such a wonderful character, it really is. Like, as soon as he came out, and the music, like, we can't be the video game orchestra, not talk about the music. The theme. How does it feel, knowing that you have the best character theme in all of Expedition 33?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, when you heard that, did you get something ahead of time? You're like, this is your theme, or did you kind of discover that as I don't know, maybe on the press junket, or you played the game yourself, or?
I think the first time I heard it was because there was a Minoko trailer before the game came out. I mean, I can't remember now, and maybe I should have gone back and looked at this, but there was an announcement of the cast and the characters. There was a trailer which I wasn't. Well, they mentioned me, but not my character, and then there was trailer that introduced Minoko and Eskia, I think, and then Minoko had his own trailer, and in one of those, they had the theme. I think maybe Jen Svedberg Yen had given me a heads up that my trailer was the best or something.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Because it
Tell
was.
that to all the voice actors.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? And it was like, yeah, I think it was him just going, okay, I'm in, style away, and doing all this stuff with the theme playing. And I was just like, oh god, yeah, this is amazing. And of course, now I've heard that theme so much that friends of mine are telling me to just stop reposting stuff because they're sick of the theme. And of course, it's been a year. But I'm not going. I refuse to do it because it's still one of the best pieces of music ever written, and
it's just so good. Every time it comes on, there's no way it doesn't inspire a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's sort of casually dropping hints down at there's a jazz club down the road. I'm like, hey, video game music,
Yeah, like come on.
Oh yeah.
We have two saxophonists. We've got Thomas and Ian. If we just bully them enough, they'll learn the full saxophone part. I can do keyboard solo. I could do everything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got it covered. You got it sorted. It was so fun to hear it played at the concert as well in Paris because a load of us went. They gave us tickets to the Paris concert. Yeah. And when Minoko, because the conductor came out and he started going ow 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 to the audience, getting people going ow 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 ow.
I've seen the clips of that actually. Yeah.
Oh my god! People looking at me. I was there. My wife. I was. Oh my god! Here it is. Here it is. So yeah, like I have any ownership.
That was like your intro music.
Yeah, like I had anything to do with it, but I feel like it's mine. So I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, I feel very lucky with that. Yeah.
Did you get to hear the theme? Like, at what point in sort of the production process that you were involved in did you get to hear the theme? Like, was it before, during, or like after you'd done the work to know what like the musical side of you was going to be portrayed as?
Oh yeah, no, it was way later. I think it was literally that trailer that came out when I heard it the first time. Yeah. I don't think I heard any music before. Yeah, when we were recording. I don't think so anyway. I may be misremembering. But I think some of the first music I remember hearing was when like the release trailer came out and there was various things. Because I emailed Lauren and I said, oh, can I get the sheet music to try and learn it? Because there was like a Lumiere Nocturne or something, which came out quite early. And he said the music.
Part, isn't it?
Yeah, some great stuff. Because I played the piano and I thought I'd learn it, but it was like in 6/4 and it was a bit confusing. And I kind of there's some really big arpeggios in the left hand, and I kind of thought, okay, well maybe I'll try that later.
We'll park that for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, exactly. I'm making an executive decision now, and that if we're ever in the neighbourhood or you're in our neighbourhood, and we're doing an event, you'd be more than welcome to come and we'll arrange a theme that is maybe a little bit less arpeggio. And you'd be more than welcome to come and play with us. And we'll be.
Well, that would be lovely. Yeah,
that'd be amazing. If you just do the first note, I can take the rest of the arpeggio, Rich. We can share it,
I think Louis, you need to be wearing the Minoko Speedos to take over there, though.
No, there's not enough money in the world.
Just line us all up.
But no, it's such a universal experience whenever like you see TikToks of people playing through Expedition 33 for the first time, and they get to the Minoko part. No one starts that fight and goes straight into the fight. There's always about 5 minutes of people hearing the theme and they go, oh my god, this is incredible, and they're just like dancing, and it's just so good. So yeah,
it's amazing.
It's with the theme.
It's quite a tonal shift from the rest of the soundtrack as well, isn't it? I mean, it's good that Minoko is, obviously comes in at quite a bleak time in the game, and just to have that music as well, it's a really nice calling card.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the whole.
Sorry, go on, David. Go on.
Oh, no. Okay, I will. I was gonna say, I think the character, the whole character around Minoko is sort of, to me at least, almost a juxtaposition to everything else that's going on in Expedition 33. Like the feel of the music, the outlook of the character. There's a lot of complexity that you're exposed to in the game for the characters that are there. There's stories, there's backstory. You're already sort of involved and bonded to the characters, and I see my L up there in the cutscene that Adam has died in again. So you'll probably see this cutscene a couple of times. Adam's live playing the game in the background.
I swear I can normally parry that it's actually dying a death here.
In Adam's defense, this is hard mode, so it's not quite so easy. So like Minoko's introduced at a time when everyone's miserable. The game has been set up to be emotional and involved and depressed, and then your character comes in, with such an attitude and backstory and theme tune that it's such a it almost need. I think the game almost needs the way Minoko's written, especially the way Minoko's portrayed, to give you that little bit of pause and be like, what on earth is going on here? And to appreciate the depths of the other characters, you need a big hairy man beast that collects feet. What was the feet thing? Was the feet thing written in, or did that come up from anywhere? Like, was it always going to be feet?
I mean, if you've completed the game and you kind of know who Minoko is or is based on, then I think the feet thing, or certainly the leg bone thing, makes more sense. But I mean, the feet thing was always there from the beginning, as far as I'm aware. Because it was in my audition tape. Yeah, it was a scene where he, I remember it was written. It was like Minoko scavenges the foot, and just like,
that's when you knew it was going to be a special gig.
Yeah, I just need the foot, and and then the back and forth with the oh yeah, count me in then. That was all in the.
That's one of the funniest scenes I've seen in the game
audition.
so long.
But I have to say the way you deliver those lines is, it's really, really unique. I don't think if you could have explained the character like knowing the character now, I don't think you go back and do that again. It's such a. I'm losing even the words to describe it. It's not. It's completely unexpected. I've said it's sort of, to me, a really original piece of voice acting to hear the delivery.
Well, thank you very much.
Really, stuff that is funny, but it's delivered in a way that it's almost like maybe you can tell me a little bit actually about what you were thinking when you're doing it. But it's delivered by almost like somebody who knows it's hilarious, but it's being dead serious, just to see the reaction of who you're speaking to confuse them, to be like, is he serious? Is he not?
I think, well, thank you very much for your kind words. I mean, it's really well written. Jen Svedberg has done an amazing job on that dialogue, and I think people often say to us, "Oh, did you improvise this? This is so natural." It's just because it was so well written that it sounds like that. But I think it was because like I said to you, with the type of the voice, and I'd done that sort of voice. I've done a lot of sort of beast characters and sort of talking down there, because that's sort of that's kind of the lowest voice I can do and maintain, So I thought, well, I'll go with that voice. But reading the script and my sort of experience of doing comedy stuff, where the note is always to not play the comedy, it's like, TV comedy, it's still very understated, and they want you to do as little as possible, and just like the humour is in the situation, and the characters really believe what they're saying. So it just felt right to just sort of do it really, really deadpan and kind of throwaway in my audition tape, and then just kind of stuck with it, really. Like, another example that I find really funny and does come up is, when Minoko wants to fight Golgra, and he's like, I demand a trial by combat, and then Ben's like, oh, do I have to participate? And then Minoko just goes, please help me.
Oh yeah.
It just felt like that was the right thing to do. I don't know, just to bark it out like that, just like it's just I don't know. It just felt, with I suppose my comedic experience, it just and the way it's written, it just felt like that was the way to do it. It was a very instinctive thing, I think, with Minoko, and maybe that's why it works, because we just most of the takes we did like one or two takes, and they mainly took the first one. So
I would be a fan in sort of recording as well of, like, the first take might not be perfect of anything, especially with music. It might not be bang on time, but generally speaking, one or two's gonna be the one that feels right.
Yeah.
It's not over practiced, it's not over thought, it's the most naturally delivered, or in some cases improvised, and you've just gone with it and had this moment of inspiration in how to do something, and then that's, no matter what you do afterwards, it would never be quite as organic.
Yeah, exactly.
Try it.
Exactly. And I suppose the difference, like when you're doing telly, or whatever, obviously theatre you're going to rehearse a lot, but telly you might rehearse it a bit beforehand and then actually doing it. most of the time, you know, the line's in front of you and you're just, okay, that's the line to read. And it might be the first time you've said it out loud as well. So, I don't know. Yeah, just a real spontaneity. Yeah, I mean, obviously some of the more emotional things, you know, sort of thought about it a bit more. But, yeah, those lines, it just felt like it was funny just to throw them away. It was interesting when I watched it was Maxence and Guillaume sort of were mocapping that scene. And they were doing it very differently. I remember, like, Guillaume was, like, going, okay, count me in then, you know. Okay. And, you know, I didn't have any lip syncing to do on Monaco, luckily. But,
oh, yeah, because...
Because he doesn't have a visible mouth. So, yeah, so I didn't have to tie into any of that and just do it literally how I felt, you know. That's the way it seemed to go.
So would you say then that as you find it easier then for the Minoko character to play about a little bit with the delivery without having to worry about how anyone was going to have to sync up to you, or did you feel that was a little bit more freedom to?
I think it was because, I mean, as you may or may not know, the mocap was done by French actors speaking English in France before we came in and did it. And I mean, it was only the cut scenes that were motion captured. You know, all the dialogue scenes. They were all recorded wild, as we say, and you know, there was no mocap on those. We didn't have to worry. But yeah, on those cut scenes, yeah, the others did have to sync to what was already there. Whereas I didn't at all. So, yeah, I think it did help. It just meant I could do it as I liked, and if it worked, it worked. Yeah, so that was a bit more freeing, I suppose. And all the in-game stuff is just recorded wild as well. So, you know, most of those lines, yeah, just whatever came out of my mouth, really.
I'm sure you must have felt that same level of freedom playing the trash can guy. Again, no visible mouth. So that must have been another freeing experience.
Very much so, yeah. By the time we did the Trash Can Man, I think I'd done quite a few other characters as well, and I had no idea what the context was of that at all, other than it was a guy hiding in a trash can. Okay. Fine, whatever. Yeah, I probably did. That was probably maybe first take or something, first or second take, just did it. A lot of it was just banging it out. I mean, because sessions were so fun and so kind of friendly, you know, Guillaume in general was there, and Joe, the voice director, was great, and Rob, the engineer, was really cool. It was just a fun, sort of safe environment, and you could just sort of play and just do what you wanted. And that's why they let me do so many characters, I think. Because
you've got quite the stacked roster of characters in the game.
Yeah, well, there's 11 of me in the game, you know, including the journals and stuff. So yeah, it was nice to let me play around.
I mean, I only found out about both the journals and the existence of the trash guy this morning.
Oh really?
Yeah, I didn't know there was. In fact, maybe I'm not the only one. I don't know. Chat, you can chime in here. But Louis, could you tell me where the trash guy is?
The trash guy, he's at the very, very start of the game before it's in the opening, like 10-15 minutes, you know, before your heart is ripped open by that first like, initial cutscene. And as you're wandering around and there's celebration and you're like, oh, this is nice. I don't know what the traders make this game look so solemn and morose. And then as you're wandering around this big open, typically European space, there's just a bin and you go by it, and then there's a prompt. You're not going to not look in the bin if there's a prompt. I mean, they put it in there. And then you're just having a wonderful conversation with someone who has just turned 33 and is just looking forward to not getting gommaged.
By hiding in a bin.
But it's very
hiding in a bin.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? We've all hidden in a bin for some reason.
It's really, you know, and the bin doesn't have to be physical. The bin can be anything. It can be mental. You know, we can put ourselves in these psychological bins to avoid, you know, life responsibilities, traumatic events. So I think the characters spoke a lot more for Vesta's mental health. I'm going to shut up now and let David do something.
You go very deep.
Yeah, that's the kind of talking in a night out that gets you put in a bin.
Yeah, it does.
And certainly I'd be sending queries around me like, recycling.
To be fair though, he is easy to miss because you can find the bin. I mean, I call it a bin, you know. I did say, oh, trash can man, can we change it to bin man? But no, they weren't having it. You know, the writer's American, so what can you do? You go up to it and it does say, just a normal trash can. Nothing to see here. And I think a lot of people are like,
I saw
okay.
that and I was like, all right.
And you have to go back and it go, yeah, just, and it says again, slightly reworded, again, nothing to see here or something. So, you know, you have to kind of give it a go. So I think early on, a lot of people missed it, and it was only from watching TikToks and stuff that other people picked up on it.
That's a
Very
masterclass
clearly
in
I missed
manipulation.
It's right beside the house
The
where.
trash can of like, no, you're not. Go on. Say it again.
Yeah.
It's beside the house where you listen into the people, right? Did you do that bit, Louis?
Which one?
The house where you knock on the door and there's a couple of people enjoying their last day on Earth
Oh my God.
in one certain way. But if you knock 33 times, they tell you to go away.
Making Shakespeare's Beast with two backs before they get gommaged. Which is, again, very relatable. Hiding in bins. Sinning and binning. That's kind of...
Getting it on, yeah.
I mean, last day on Earth.
Exactly. It's like the last days of Caligula, but with more flowers.
Quite a short list of things I think that I would definitely be trying to do on my last day on Earth. Would probably feature similar.
Yeah.
Someone actually asked me if I was one of the people doing the playing one of the Life Enjoyers. I think it was early on when it had just come out, and I actually genuinely couldn't remember whether I'd done that or not. But I wasn't. But at the time, I'd done so many voices and hadn't heard them all yet in the game. That I just thought, well, maybe I did. I could have done anything. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Have you ever recorded some lines and then had them taken out of the context that you were recording to put in something like that, or somewhere else that you just weren't expecting or didn't know? Like, you wouldn't know if they just did it on the sneak, would you?
Probably, yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose there was a lot of lines that we did, and I didn't know what the context was. Because I say the only lines that we were doing to picture were the cutscenes, and then everything else was either in game or those dialogue camp scenes. So the "My What Lovely Feet" line, which occurs when you're sort of at the feet of the paintress, you know, I didn't know that was going to occur there. I saw that on a. Yeah, my what lovely feet. It was. I mean,
that could have been taken and put at the start.
I think by the time I'd done the line, I was full of
what lovely feet.
I didn't really bat an eyelid. But again, I'd probably said that line once or twice, and then it's just become an iconic thing. But there were loads of surprises in that, because you know, when you're doing we did it over several weeks. I was doing different characters in between, and you're doing, you know, you might say the line once or twice, move on. Loads of stuff I'd forgotten, and then it sort of crops up, and oh, that's fun. I don't remember even doing that, you know, and little bits of, like the funny little bits, like when Minoko gets hit in the face by the mask, they just bounce off him. You know, I didn't see that until I saw it on a GIF, I think. I was just like, where's this from? And it could, because we'd done that cut, you know, I'd done the Mask Keeper voice in those cutscenes, but we hadn't looked, we'd just literally done the bit where, you know, you got the text and you're trying to time it. We'd done that. And show me the rest of it, I don't think. So I hadn't seen masks hitting him. So, yeah, there was loads of nice surprises. There's probably, actually, someone at the panel we did in MegaCon said, oh, in the DLC, when you beat so-and-so and Minoko's desperately trying to get the foot. I was like, well, I don't know. I haven't seen that. I don't know anything about it. 'Cause I wasn't involved in the DLC. They didn't ask me to come back and do anything. So, and I haven't watched it yet. So I was just like, I don't know what that is. Sorry, but it sounds fun.
Oh my God, they must have had so many foot enthusiastic voice lines that they didn't even need to bring you back. We'll just use clip number 13, throw that in there. That'll be rich for the DLC.
Yeah, I think Minoko just doesn't say anything. I think in the DLC, I think he says like one thing.
There's a couple of things. I suppose Minoko's big contribution to the DLC is that if you get a certain outfit, then you can you get all dolled up like Minoko.
Yeah, I mean, I think finally having the baguette outfit was, you know,
it was justice.
It's worth it for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, justice.
I feel this is also a really, really good time to dig into how nice it is to see the developer. We say developers, producers, whatever. The studio. Let's say the studio. Right,
The Knights at this stage, isn't it? They received like a knightship almost.
Oh yeah.
Pretty class.
Absolutely incredible for writing a good story.
Yeah, but in this day and age, to have written something that's so popular and then to release DLC for free, to just really keep you in, it's very unusual these days. But it sort of endears you more into the franchise, even to be like, this is a studio who cares what people think about the work and about the art, as opposed to just trying to milk as much money from possible. It's like, hey, we've seen that you love this. We also, it's been a work of whatever, we enjoy making it. It's what we do. It's our passion. It's art, and here's some more.
Yeah, I thought that was nice, and I think I'm not even sure they consider it a full DLC. Really, I think they just it is supposed to be like a thank you.
Yeah, but it really comes across in that way. It's just it's nice, and it's really rare these days.
It is nice, and I think it just ties into the whole thing that they made the game they wanted to make. They threw everything into it. There's a lot of love gone into it, and the fan reaction has been more than we or they could have imagined. So and the fans have made it what it is, really, embracing it. It's been a wonderful thing.
So in terms of a risky new, we're going to do what we want to do, as opposed to we're going to do what we know is going to make money kind of deal. Do you feel that when you're working with the voice director and the producers doing the lines, does that come across in that energy differently than if you're working sort of a little more corporate TV show stuff that people, I don't want to say more invested in, because that's entirely wrong. You're more invested in your project of passion, but where there's more corporate risk attached, or oversight.
I don't know, because generally the people that the people you're working with are generally as invested in it as they can be, I suppose. Even if it's difficult, you're still trying to do the best you can artistically. I think what I will say, or what I did notice about working with Soundful, is that they were just really, really passionate about it and just knew it inside out. If I came in one day and we were doing something from somewhere in the game and I had no idea where we were, and they sent the scripts, but a 600-page script where you don't necessarily know what's going on, it can be quite confusing. But Jen and Guillaume were really, you could tell they're really passionate, and they really knew it inside out and would give you all the context you needed. Everyone just really loved working on it. There was there was no negativity at all. It was just a wonderful thing. Because sometimes, it can be like, oh, this doesn't make sense, or this isn't very well written. We'll just have to do the best we can, or we're going to have to rush this, blah, blah, blah. But, we didn't have any of that on this.
Was there a sense that the game was going to be as popular as it turned out to be? I mean, people had... Definitely in the sphere, it was seen as a very optimistic project, and it looked really promising, and there were so many aspects that looked, it was very reverential to other games, and the art style was so innovative, the music sounded great, and we knew it was an indie development, and so there was a bit of excitement. But was that mirrored, I suppose, I'm trying to say, in the process of recording the lines, or what was the vibe?
I think well, the vibe was that we thought we were doing something good. That's for sure. I mean, when I booked the job, my voice agent said, "Oh, I think this is a good one." But I mean, that was partly on the fact that my character was quite significant, and there was quite a lot of hours coming up. So it's just okay. This looks good. And then they sent through, when we booked it, they sent through the scripts and a load of art stuff. There was like a deck of artwork of the characters, so character bibles, backstories, things like that, which you wouldn't normally get. My experience, and then I think when I went in, they showed me some cutscenes and other cinematic stuff that immediately looked great. So it was like, this looks cool. This seems really cool. They took us out to dinner before we started. I went to dinner with Guillaume and Jen from Sandfall, as well as people from Side, like Joe, the director, Vero, production manager, and Ben and Kirsty I met at that dinner. So yeah, it was nice to meet Ben beforehand. But yeah, it was when we started that it just seemed really fun, and because like I think early on I recorded the Monoko meeting scene, and Ben had already recorded his parts, and yeah, to kind of hear how he was doing it and how it looked. Yeah, early on, I mean, I've sucked up to Ben a lot because, you know, he's great, and his performance really helped mine. But yeah, that's a genuine thing. It made me think, oh yeah, this is good, yeah. And because he was doing it in quite a deadpan sort of throwaway way as well, it just sort of matched the energy that I thought I would do it in. So yeah, that really helped. I think, yeah, so sorry to answer the question, I think it felt like it was really good, and in the lead up to the release it felt like it was going to be good with all the trailers and the music, etc., and the reaction to it. But you know, you can never know what something's going to be like until it comes out. Yeah, and I've Ben must be sick of me saying this as well, but you know, I went for a coffee with him about a week or two before it came out, and yeah, he was sort of managing my expectations. He was, oh, you know, it'll be good. I think it'll be good. People like the turn-based thing, you know, but it's not going to be a Baldur's Gate type. You know, that doesn't happen that often. And you know, just you know, it'll be good. Metacritic 80 something. You know, yeah. But we were, we were, yeah, we were joking we were in Phoenix together a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, we were joking then that, you know, he was like, I was wrong. It just, you know, it took off and doesn't seem to be slowing down. I remember looking at the reviews, just going, what the fuck, you know, 9s and 10s, and Metacritic 93 at one point. It's just like, oh my god, this is good. But even then, you don't know, you know, who could have thought people would still be so excited about it a year later?
Yeah, the momentum has rarely slowed. There we go, at all.
Yeah, you know, who'd have thought I'd be sitting here showing you gifts that I'd been given, you know, Monoko cuddly things, Lego Monokos.
Oh, Lego Monoko?
You know.
Oh, look at him.
You know. Who'd have thought it? It's, yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just going to segue a little bit. Speaking of wonderful things, I don't want to forget why we're doing what we're doing today. I don't want to forget about why we're doing what we're doing today. So we are in partnership with the MND, the Motor Neuron Disease Association, to raise money for assisting people who have had this diagnosis. And as part of that, there are Rich and some other very, very generous people associated with video games have agreed and contributed various different signed posters and prints to auction. So you're able to get your hands on what I think it's fair to say that we can describe what has been donated as limited availability merchandise. So I mean, we're here to support this the incredible work that they're doing, and there are, I believe in chat, there is some magic way. I really hope one of the mods is going to post a link in, and we are astonishingly close to what I see as a donation target, which is fantastic. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been involved live or over time and watching these things later. The support's been incredibly welcome, and people have been incredibly grateful and communicated that to us to pass on for being involved, which is great. But are we able to have we confirmed or able to show off some of the exclusive prints that were, I say exclusive, semi-exclusive, or not at all in some cases, prints that Rich will be able to auction off for what we got, and we've a sneak preview. And these everything that will be here will be listed and available. You can have a look over the next week.
Do you want me to hold it up? Do you want me to hold it up to the camera?
Hold it up to the camera. I mean, we'll have high res stuff to go on the Tiltify auction site, but live is always nice just to see it's actually in your hands. Not
so the fan art, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one. So the Tyler Monoko fan art, and the Christine Fenrico.
Very cool.
Yeah, from Wuthering Waves. The character I played. If that's not clear.
just to be clear.
It's just some other random characters.
Here's a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. They're both. It fits in that landscape
Right there.
frame nicely, doesn't it?
So yeah, hopefully everyone can see these are real things. They're in Rich's hands as we speak.
Presumably I'll write something on there, like my name, for example, as an autograph, as it's called, typically.
Each perhaps or something. But it's so if you're either a huge fan of Minoko or Rich's work, or you really want to support MNDA, or both, or you're just a genuinely nice person and wants to get involved, there's a link through to Tiltify, and in fact it's just been posted in the Twitch chat as well. Please get involved and help out.
I've also got a question from Molly, our violin player in the orchestra, who's asking you, Rich, if you have any favourite video game music besides Clair Obscur.
Good question. Actually, I mean, I do really like a lot of the Final Fantasy stuff. I've just posted, I relatively recently posted a picture of me playing some of the Final Fantasy VII theme, arranged by a pianist called Kim Bo, I think his name is. Yeah, I really like that. And I'll tell you, actually, I really like the music on Marathon, actually. That sort of electronic stuff. Some of it's a bit sort of... Well, funnily enough, when I was doing... I said to one of the developers, I said, oh, it sounds a bit Aphex Twinny or Tekka or some sort of electronic stuff that I listened to. And they were like, oh, yeah, we wanted to get Aphex Twin, actually, I think, at one point. But I think that's sort of near impossible. I suppose I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. I just did. Too late. But, yeah, I like that sort of stuff. Yeah. The Marathon soundtrack is really cool, and yeah, I like Final Fantasy stuff.
Oh, well, definitely in good company with the Final Fantasy here.
Oh yeah, you can't move in the video game sphere, music sphere, without a bit of Final Fantasy. And it's everywhere because it's so good.
It is really good, yeah.
Oh my god. But
I know.
Am I supposed to be able to see the chat, by the way? I can't see the chat. Is that...
Yes, you would need to load up Twitch to be able to see that.
It's a little bit more extra tech involved, and then the cost
Yeah, forget it.
as well. Yeah,
It's hard enough. It's hard enough to, get it
still
to
on the
be able to
Judas
hear
by
me.
Adam.
I've knocked it down to story mode just to try and I'm also using dodge because my CPU is just adding so many cycles to this.
Oh, so if you parry and do the counterattack animations, it'll just wreck
it's
your
just
computer?
it's just dying a death completely. But it's fine. We're doing okay.
But this would be really good if the Duelist had a voice and it was voiced by Rich Keeble. This would be a really great bit of promo.
Yeah, it would
Must
have
admit,
been on for a
I
long
keep
time.
forgetting he's playing it because it's in a tiny little screen down there that I sort of keep not looking at. But yeah,
Very much not the main attraction here. We are the Subway Surfers of the stream.
All right. So I have to bring this up. Just because I think this is one of my favorite characters in the game. Sort of dragging it back to expert. I'm bouncing all over the place. I sort of apologize for that, but we got to talk about Francois.
Francois.
I don't know why, but I absolutely love the Francois character.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, he's fun, isn't he?
He is fun. In a kind of a sad way. Like, it feels like the weight of the world is on top.
Oh, there he is.
That's supposed to be me.
You got rocks for brains.
Clearly, that's it.
I love the reveal as well. The story revealed through into the post game when you find out why Francois is the way.
Those people.
Did we gender a rock? I don't know. Probably shouldn't. But I think it's one of the most, I don't want to say adorable, but really thoughtful additions to pad out the lore. Not pad out, even but enhance the lore. That there's a rock.
They're far too
miserable
good at
talking
doing
rock.
that. I mean, to very briefly bring it back to Minoko, when you find out the sort of in-game inspiration, without going into anything spoiler territory, when you find out what inspires Minoko. Like, it's so sweet and so heartbreaking at the same time. Like, it was one morning.
It is, yeah.
I bet the game like last year. It was about maybe a month or two ago, and it was only after I found all this out, just like running around that particular part of the game, finding that out. And then like a few weeks after that point, I was just thinking about it. I was practicing. It was about like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was practicing. I was thinking about it too much. I just started crying. Like, not but it was just so lovely how, as David's saying, that later on these characters can be recontextualized and made so much more emotive and so much more human, and the way that these backstories are done. Like, did you know about what inspires Minoko? We won't stay in it too long for fear of spoilers, but
no, I didn't. I knew his. They sent me all his backstory relevant to his life in the canvas, I suppose. Yeah, so where he comes from in that context.
yeah.
How him and Verso met, on the mountains, and various bits that weren't actually revealed in the game. So I don't know whether. Well, I genuinely have no idea what's happening with this, but it would be nice if that came out. But as opposed to the the other stuff, no, I had no idea. That sort of came later. But I mean, to be honest with you, I guess it was in the. Well, not everything was in the script, actually, and I mean the script was very, very confusing. If I'm honest with you, it's just like
I can see exactly why that would be.
like who's Alicia? Who's this? What's this about? Painted, real. I was just like, I had to really. It took me when the game was out and I'd watched a load of footage. I did have to watch some explanatory videos to just to
I had to do
clear
that
up a
for
few
the
things.
end of Act 2.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot there, and I mean it's incredibly clever, isn't it? But going back to like Francois, etc. Yeah, I mean all the characters are really well written. Nobody's one-dimensional, are they?
And then were you given sort of much? Been asked as well here in the chat, sort of what inspired the accent in particular for Francois?
For Francois, the accent.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was kind of a happy accident, really. I mean, a lot of people have commented online about, is it some sort of hilarious rivalry between England and France or something, that they're neighbours, but I do think it's really funny that Esquier is played by Maxence, who is French and sounds very French when he's talking. And he introduces Francois, and it's sounds like a bloke from Sheffield.
I mean, yeah, the name and the introduction
think-
definitely sets an expectation.
Yeah, I think that's really funny, and I don't know whether that works so much in the French version because Maxence also plays Esquier in the French. But somebody else plays Francois. I can't remember. I think it might be the voice director, isn't it, who did Francois? But yeah, the choice of accent was purely just to do something a bit different. Because I think by the time I did Francois, I think it might have been my last session. Because Maxence always reminds me that he was there when I did Francois. So Maxence was there to film the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I met Maxence. And I think that's when I did Francois. So I think it was because I'd done all these different characters. And I just thought, well, I better do an accent then. So I think it was just like, should I just do a northern accent? A sort of Yorkshire accent. And then I saw a picture of him. I didn't know because he's a little bit pitched down. Not very much. There's some sort of post-processing going on there. But he just said he was an angry turtle.
Oh, what a great direction!
I remember just sort of belting it out, just screaming at the end, scram and get off my lawn and all this kind of stuff.
It was so fun. It's almost like Python-esque in the very clearly French Esquier and then his arch nemesis, and it feels like the argument clinic. If you see that sketch, and you're just like, oh no, you're looking for disputes. That's next door, and his arch nemesis is right there, and he's like, get off my lawn. It's so funny. It's just so good.
Yeah, that was very fun. And I think I did it. Yeah, I think I did it once, and then I just remember looking through the glass, and Guillaume was just in tears, laughing with doing a thumbs up, and that
Oh,
was it. And then again, I forgot about it until I saw it. I said, "Oh, that's Francois, isn't it?" But yeah, the other stuff where he goes, "Oh, just tell him I miss him," that stuff. I can't remember when I did that. Then I mean, I must have done that in the same session, but I don't remember.
I think it actually reminds me about something I wanted to ask about in to do with accents in the game, and that everything there's almost a common feeling with all of the accents. It's very well spoken. It's very clear. All of the voice acting in English, at least I don't speak French.
That funky music do the talking.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm that age where I make awful jokes about music that came out in the 2000s. It's everything is very apart from the gesturals, very clear, very well spoken, sort of very I would say English educated kind of feel, like university level back in the day whenever it was sort of country houses, and then Francois. it's such a difference. It's endearing to the character to do that.
I guess
with
it is.
the direction on the accents, to be like, we'd like this to be, from anyone else, it's like, oh, it's going to be well spoken, clear. Like, did you get that level of direction for anything, or was it just grants?
I think it was literally because I'd done all these other voices. I didn't do many accents in the game. I did a bit of a dodgy sort of accent for one of my prologue NPCs, because I did 4 characters in the prologue. I did the trash can man, and there's Maxine the drunk bloke, and then there's Nicholas the painter, and then there's Florian, who is a paintress worshipper. I did a bit of an accent for him. I did a bit of a ropey Scottish accent for one of the journals, which I've since been told is, could have been better. But I think literally I just did it like one go, and then, that'll do, move on. So we were kind of, just trying stuff. And I think we just said, shall we do an accent? And I said, shall I just do a northern accent and just see how it goes? So it was very, very instinctive. And it just felt funny. And I think the only other real accent choice I chose was because you may know this, but I originally did a voice for Golgra as well. And again, I was just like, well, how can I make this different, but sort of in that same space as Minoko? So, Minoko is down there. So Golgra was kind of like that. I just did kind of a London accent for Golgra. So that was funny. It's just, oh, Minoko, you skipped the cue, you naughty gestrel. That was all very funny because, I was talking to myself, but then Golgra got re-recorded so that Minoko is the only gestural that speaks English. So Golgra is recorded with the gestural language instead. But and generally it was just go with the flow, really. Go with the flow. They just kind of let me try stuff, because the trash can man is sort of a bit like the way I normally talk, which is sort of, I'm from Epsom, so it's sort of not really a London accent, but not really a posh accent. Minoko was supposed to be RP and well spoken, but everyone else, it's kind of fair game, really. Yeah, it's just how it turned out. Yeah.
I just think it's really interesting, at least to a casual non-voice actor person at all, but interested in audio and music, obviously, given what I do. There seemed to be this, I think, overarching, not accent, but just theme from the voice acting that just sort of tied everything really, really well together. That you could be convinced everyone was in the room and given the brief and talking to each other from the same kind of place. Even the likes of Minoko, who is a mythical creature by a person from a different country than everywhere else. It just, I don't know.
You're right.
It works.
I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I don't know whether that was talked about in the other auditions, because actually Charla was saying on a panel the other day that she did quite a lot of auditioning for CL. I think she did a tape, and then maybe she did some remote, because Charla lives in LA. Although she's from South London, I think, and she had quite a process for finding CL, I think. So maybe something like that was in there. And I don't know what order we were kind of cast in, to be honest. I think Ben was cast quite to be the narrator, and then they suggested Verso. So yeah, maybe it was conscious from all of them to have us speaking in a certain way. Don't know. I never thought about it, to be honest.
It's just one thing that sort of stuck with me, that there sounded like there was a theme, and really interesting to find out that there wasn't.
Yeah, because Nola, who plays, I forgot the name of her character. She does a few in the prologue. I think she was involved very early on when they were still sort of finding people on Reddit and things. And she's Dutch, but she does very good accents. And yeah, I think she does sort of RP style English accent as well. I guess, yeah, maybe they just wanted the clarity and they didn't just sort of want different accents popping up. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting though.
Yeah, I don't know. That could just also be me making things up, which I have a habit of doing. And Louis looking and laughing like, yeah, he goes on about it sometimes.
No, it's all. What it's making me think of is that Francois is kind of like the Gimli of Expedition 33 world. Everyone else speaking with this sort of highly educated RP Shakespearean sort of English, and then you have Gimli like, "You're going to have to toast me." But it's a lovely sort of grounding.
A moment of vulnerability for a very forward defensive character.
Exactly. And they're not muscles you get to flex that much in marathon, are they? Wouldn't quite work.
Yeah, well, Captain Orion is sort of standard sort of RP sort of military voice. But I did do some other characters in there where I was doing an American accent. I haven't encountered those. I haven't found those characters yet online. It's quite a sprawling game, isn't it, Marathon?
From what I've seen of it, it's huge.
Yeah, but it's a bit more serious. Yeah,
Definitely.
We had a laugh. I've had a really good laugh during the sessions. But yeah, the stuff, the actual work is quite serious. So yeah, I've done some American accent stuff in some other games as well, which I can't talk about yet. But yeah, generally they like you to use your own voice, I think, in things. Yeah. 100%.
And I suppose yourself and Ben and Jen are seeing each other a lot more. You had the Game Awards, but am I right in saying that the three of you are in Marathon as well?
Yeah, Ben, Jen, and I are in Marathon, and Tracy Wiles is there as well. Some other BG3 people, Sam Bayart, Neil Newburn, Roger Clark's in it.
Hey.
Yeah, I met him last year. He's really, really nice. Yeah, they made a big deal out of kind of announcing us all, which is quite nice.
And it must be some crack when you all meet up, like, again for the Game Awards. What was that sort of experience like, being flown out? And because we were all just watching, I was in my girlfriend's house watching at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we streamed until like 4 or 5 in the morning for that.
Yeah, well, the Game Awards was fun. I mean, I was sort of, me and Charlotte were there, but we weren't with the rest of them because there was limited numbers of tickets and stuff, so, Ben and Jen, Maxence and Estelle, the other mocap actor, were there because I think they had Charlie Cox's tickets. Yeah, so we was, we sort of muscled our way in, really. But it was amazing. Yeah, the Game Awards, it was amazing. I still couldn't quite believe it, really, because we just had the golden joysticks where we won everything.
And rightly so.
Again, I wasn't actually invited to that. I just sort of, managed to get myself on a table. But even then, I remember texting my wife going, "Oh, we've just won that one. Oh, yeah, we've won 4 out of 7 so far, whatever it was." And I was on the table with the presenters, so like Sam Bayart turned around to me and she said, "Rich, I don't want to patronise you, but when you win Game of the Year, you need to get up on that stage." And I was just like, well, let's see. But it seemed that I was the only one who wasn't sure that we were going to win, so we did. And even at the Game Awards, I thought, I know they've opened with a performance of the music from the game, but I mean, we might not win.
Little presumptuous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes the guy who walks in thinking he's won everything and is like in charge.
Yeah, and yeah, when we did win, it was still a bit of a surprise. I still wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, you
And
never
of
want to
course,
be completely sure of these things.
No, it'd
yeah,
be no fun.
yeah. So, but yeah, the Game Awards was amazing. I went there with Dave Jones from Baldur's Gate, and yeah, we had a really nice time hanging out. It's always nice to hang out with Ben and Jen and the others. I saw them again in Phoenix a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's a good vibe. We don't get to meet up that often because everyone's busy and kind of a bit spread around. But yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's a nice cast. Yeah. Yeah, I certainly do WhatsApp everyone, even if we don't see each other. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
It is always nice from the fan perspective to imagine that everyone does really get along and they're all good friends and there are WhatsApp groups and
Yeah, it's
sort of
nice.
banter.
It's nice, and maybe that's something to do with it. I mean, on Rivals, the show that I'm involved in. I mean, I won't say the word, but the execs have made a big deal about having no CUNTs. So it's just like everyone. I mean, I spelt it. It's almost as bad as saying it, isn't it? But they wanted a good vibe, and they kind of checked that everyone was nice to work with. So and it does make a big difference. And yeah, same on that job.
I mean, you've pivoted very, very nicely actually into your non-video game work. So you've quite a you've a pretty decent list on IMDb, and definitely anyone who's listening should go check it out. But you've a new TV, or you're part of a new TV show or a new season coming out on May 15th in Rivals. You would tell us a bit about the character that you play.
Yes. Well, funnily enough, I've said this before jokingly, but it's true. Video games give me the scope to play a lot of different types of characters, whereas on TV I tend to play middle-aged bald men, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Exactly what I'm doing on Rivals. If anyone's not familiar with Rivals, it's based on a Jilly Cooper book that came out in the 80s, and it's set in the 80s. And yeah, the first series came out 2024? Did I film it in 2024? Can't remember. First series came out, Disney Plus, Hulu in the States, and yeah, we just wrapped on series 2, but they're already going to start showing some of it in May the 15th. Yeah, so I think maybe 2 or 3 episodes are coming out, and then the rest will be staggered. But yeah, I play. So the Corinium is the production company that David Tennant's character runs. And I play the director up in the gallery of the TV shows. So yeah, I spent a lot of time just sitting in the director's chair, looking at screens, saying "cut to camera 1," and smoking these. Yeah, smoking these bloody fake cigarettes.
Is portraying a director while you're being filmed by a director ever confusing? Like, do you ever get
imposter
over and
syndrome?
going, look, Rich, I know you're saying this, like, but we don't actually do it that way. Nobody does that in the industry. Here's a little education, or
well, in the 80s, anything goes. I think in the 80s, so it doesn't matter.
Musical as well, by the way.
You're going full method with that role.
It's like, well, if you know so much about it, why don't you come into it?
Well, funnily enough, we did actually go in before we started shooting. We did actually go into the studios of This Morning. Is that what it's called? The one that Philip Schofield and Holly
Oh yeah.
were on. And yeah, me and Lara, who plays Daisy, the sort of the PA, we went in and just watched some of it going on. Seeing how the live TV kind of panned out with the directors and the vision mixers and everyone there, and the producers up in the gallery. So yeah, we got a good feel for it. But again, it's all very well written, and the director's got ideas to sort of give to you. So I'm not improvising too much. But there's a lot of shuffling of papers and just doing stuff. I mean, my character, he's not exactly advancing the plot that much. It's a massive ensemble cast, but yeah, I had some fun moments. This series. I'm not in it a lot, but I am in it a lot, if you know what I mean. I mean, I think I'm in like 10 of the 12 episodes in the second series, but yeah, it's a lot of kind of functional stuff. But I did have some fun, and yeah, my last week filming was absolutely mental. The stuff we were filming. I mean, I can't even hint at what we were doing, but we were in the same location all week, and there was just these crazy scenes that you just wouldn't believe. But yeah, I think that will be out later in the series. But yeah, an amazing gig, and yeah, a really cool show, really fun thing to be a part of. Yeah,
No, it's
May
it's on-
15th.
good. May 15th. And the whole season 1 available now to watch as well, to get caught up and prepared.
Yeah, there's 8 episodes in is that right? Yeah, there's 8 episodes in series 1. I think there's 12 in episode 2. So yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show. Yeah, if you ignore my involvement, there's some great stuff. David Tennant's great in it. Aidan Turner,
don't
Alex
be
Haskell,
ridiculous. We
Catherine
watched the show just
Parkinson.
for you, Rich.
I would know, for sure.
But what I will say, just to reassure anyone who is wondering, having seen the first series, I don't get naked at all. So
That is
Rest
the most
assured.
disappointing
I'm suddenly
thing
not
we've heard all
interested.
day.
You can park this. I'm good to go, lads. I got stuff to do.
well, I could get naked on this stream right now.
It is
How much would people be willing to bid to get Richard with his kit off? Motor neuron disease. The research is about to skyrocket.
Yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, you can watch Rivals Series 2 safely, knowing that my character doesn't even get a sniff of any action.
Oh,
God.
the sad trajectory of the balding middle-aged man. I guess.
Chain-smoking, middle-aged, bald man, yeah.
Oh.
It's do you get sort of like character whiplash going from Monoko and these video game characters, and then you go into the TV work, and it's like sit in the chair, don't get naked, smoke, and shuffle papers.
Wait, don't get naked? All right, yeah. It was a weird time, actually, because I was filming on and off from May last year to, the end of January this
So
year.
that was right around the time of release, yeah.
Yes, well, actually, I think I was literally in the read-through for Series 2 when the game came out. I think I remember, the game's out, let's check the reviews. Oh, fuck, Sorry.
What was my name?
So yeah, it was all kind of happening. And I mean, at the end of October, when I started to go to loads of conventions, I had a crazy end of the year and beginning of this year, really, because juggling filming around with everything. I mean, I'd obviously done, I finished all my stuff in 2024 for the game, but yeah. At one point I went to, I think I did London MCM Comic Con. I then went straight from there down to Bristol to film, and then straight from there to Paris for the concert. And I think I had a day at home, and then I was in Atlanta for a con, and then back to. Yeah, I mean, I remember I landed in Heathrow, I think, on the Monday morning, back from Atlanta, and then that evening went back down to Bristol to film on the Tuesday, I think.
God, you were truly
Monstrous.
flat
I was
out.
really in it. And then I went to Norway, and then what did I do? Milan, I did the Netherlands, NLA for the Game Awards. Yeah, and then I went to Poland for Christmas. So it was, at one point I was just like, I'm just sick of getting on planes, which is I was very privileged. But yeah, it was a crazy, and then straight back into Rivals in the new year. So yeah, it was an amazing time, really. I actually felt like I was relatively successful, and that was great. But yeah, I think I relaxed into Rivals a bit more, Series 2. 'Cause I think Series 1, I was a bit like, oh my God, literally everyone in the cast is either very famous or very successful. So I
Now
probably
you
got
can
in my
count
head.
yourself among their numbers.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not quite at the level of fame of David Tennant or Danny Dyer, I don't think. But
I don't know.
I mean, in
Doctor
fairness,
Who and
in fairness to
Monoko.
David Tennant, nobody is. The man's an icon, and it's just like normal human beings just have to accept that some things you can't hold a candle to.
I know, but I mean, at least I've worked with him on more than I've worked with him on Good Omens as well. Of course, someone gave me this Mr. Arnold toy actually.
With his
Recent
comic book.
thing, yeah, with my Doctor Who annual. So yeah, that is me. If you're not familiar, that is me even with the ginger beard. Yeah, no, David's lovely and all this. Yeah, I think being busy doing other things and then coming into Rivals, I think maybe helped me enjoy it a bit more. I think I enjoyed myself on series 2 a lot more than series 1. I think.
It's got to be such a crazy merry-go-round, you know, when you're doing the read and the game comes out, and it starts this incredibly busy schedule, and then it all sort of wraps around, and season 2 of Rivals has come out, and were you reading for season 2 when Expedition 33 came out, or were you reading for season 1? Must have been
Yeah, so it was. I think it was series. We had 2 read-throughs for season 2. I can't remember where. I think it was the first part of the table read for series 2. Yeah, literally either the day before or the day of. So the day of. Maybe it was the day before. I can't remember. I think I was looking at the reviews when I had a break, and going fucking hell. So I just swore again. Sorry about that.
Family-friendly stream.
It is marked as may contain scenes for mature audiences. It is.
Yes.
Sorry,
We're good.
Sorry.
We're good. Don't
Don't
worry.
we're really trying as well.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for us. It's extremely difficult.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a crazy time, and of course, obviously, you may not know this, but I've been in a couple of not going out episodes, and for the last few series, they've asked me to come and help with the read-throughs. So Lee Mack will write the scenes. Do you know Not Going Out? Some people don't know that show. I assume everyone knows it, but it's a long-running sitcom with Lee Mack, and Sally Breton plays his wife. And for the last 4 seasons, I think I've come in, and Lee Mack has got he's got a work in progress script. We perform it in front of a small audience in a theatre. He films it and just basically cuts everything. It doesn't get a laugh. So I've sort of helped with like narrating some of them and playing some characters. And it's quite funny because, like Hugh Dennis is, in that.
Oh, love Hugh Dennis.
And, like Hugh Dennis comes up to me. I haven't seen him for ages. He'd be like, "Oh, I've seen you in your Curry's ad." I was, "Oh, great." And then
I was gonna get to that, but
we can't mention those commercials.
There's no way we can. Like, your commercial work is legendary. Never
I
mind
love those
Expedition,
commercials.
whatever the name of the game is.
Commercials? What are we, American?
If anyone's
Advertisements.
watched ads and knows that we're speaking to royalty right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Curry's ad has been doing quite well for me recently. And of course, the top cashback ads I was in for many years, where I used to get a lot of people slagging me off online. I've just noticed that he's actually got Monoko down there on the screen, isn't he?
Yeah, we finally got to Monoko. We did get past Duelist, and then we had I'm sorry to say, much simpler fight against Monoko.
Oh, that's him just like go, yeah,
there
fight
we go,
this
we're
Balak.
actually there.
I'm not the one sitting on his lazy arse. Ends line, isn't it? Yeah, it's fun when you sort of, you're riddled with imposter syndrome, and you've got sort of, we would, Nick the director had seen me in Rivals, and I think someone had seen something about my BAFTA long list come up as well. It's just like, it's weird sort of hanging out with Lee Mack, and you're technically up for a BAFTA. I mean, my BAFTA dream is now over, of course, because I didn't make the shortlist, the nominations, but it was still quite fun for a time to be actually up for a BAFTA.
It's a big boon to your powers of prediction, though. You did predict not getting the shortlist, so
Yeah, I did.
Next round of BAFTA, if you could predict getting the shortlist based on the success of your previous prediction, I mean, this is a slam dunk.
Yeah, it's good odds. Good odds.
Yeah, exactly. I should have done that, shouldn't I? But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. So yeah, we're fighting the Stalact.
Oh yeah.
Why aren't you using gradient attacks?
And you get deceived as to the kind of character Minoko's going to be. It's like when you first hear those couple of lines, I thought it was going to be like a wizened like mentor, who seems very like disenfranchised because he's hiding out in the ice mountains, and Verso arrives and they haven't seen each other for years, and he's like, all right, whatever, doesn't really care. And it's just throwing shade at him all the time, and it's that exact scene that we were talking about where. It's gonna be a lot of fighting. Oh yeah, as soon as that scene comes in, the character totally changes, and you are really not quite sure what to make of him, because he's very easily persuaded by violence.
Right.
Well, much like I am.
Yeah, was there a method aspect to that as well? Did you feel that it was based on you as a person?
100%.
Good.
Yeah, I went out and just sort of stole a load of feet. That's a very it gets very dark very quickly, wasn't it? You start joking about these things.
Yeah, the bat will be listening.
You go to Primark and you see a mannequin missing its feet. No, that was just character work.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, I guess I always knew that Minoko was a sort of a fun sort of character. So yeah, to the uninitiated, going in blind, yeah, you would think he was a certain type of character, and then he really isn't. I never grow tired of that scene. That will be a lot of fighting scene.
It's so funny.
I
Like,
just
it
love
still
it.
comes up the odd time on TikTok, and it gets me laughing every single time.
It's funny, that scene that he's just there when he goes, "Hey, you new friends," or whatever it is. "You found worthy friends, Verso." And Ben's like jealous, and he just does that little look. That's one of my favourite things. And there he is, scavenging the foot.
Oh yeah, the scream.
Minoko really is the blue mage of this game, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember Ben saying that to me early on. It was just like, yeah, he's like a blue mage character. But yeah, we're coming up to the scene now, aren't we? I will never.
we turn the volume up, Adam?
You
Can we-
again.
Yes, it's probably going to judder and freeze again for a few seconds while I switch apps.
It's frozen again.
Yeah, no, it's frozen while I move my mouse from screen right to screen left.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I will never. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Old Lumiere. Okay, bye. Look, you doofus, don't you recognise her? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, this is our only shot. This is your. I worry. It's our only shot. This is your only shot. I will never join you again. There will be a lot of fighting, though. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. There will be a lot of fighting. Exactly. Count me in then. Good. Yes, good.
Magnificent.
Oh, you're
I
here.
don't think we could have that was unplanned. I
We'll
don't
just
think
pretend that Adam lost all those times on purpose.
Yes, indeed, today we timed it perfectly.
God tier gaming up to this point, just timing the whole thing.
Have you ever been a D&D player, Rich?
To the back teeth to doing those lines sometimes.
I don't know if you've ever played D&D, but
I've been asked.
there's a certain point in D&D where you're running a game and suddenly you're in the horrible position as a game master that you have to play two characters at once. And you realize you're just talking to yourself while three people wait.
I'll tell you what, that was I think Ben did actually predict that people would clip that scene quite a lot. And I very quickly I was seeing sort of TikToks with millions of views of that scene, and people going, "This can't be real game dialogue." It is.
But it works so well because of the, as you were saying, like the understated deadpan nature of it.
Yeah, I think it's just so well written, and I'm pretty pleased with how he performed it.
And
I
that
think
wasn't
it did well.
performed live with Ben. That was done separately.
Yeah, that was done separately. Yeah, so I
Incredible.
think he recorded his stuff first, and then I did my stuff. But what's been funny, when we were in Phoenix, like a few people asked, they came up to me with something to sign, and they said, "Can you write out your lines from that scene and leave a space?"
He said no.
Ben to write his lines.
Oh, that's clever.
So yeah, a lot of the time I was just double
Oh,
checking
that
on my
would look
phone.
really
just,
nice, yeah.
Have I got this right? So I'll never join you again. Or something. Yeah, there will be a lot. Yeah, we'll be a lot of fun. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Just writing it down and doing the thing, and then they would, present it to Ben to fill in the bits. So, yeah, it's a scene that's really close to my heart because it was, because it was my audition scene as well, and it was one of the first scenes that I saw a lot of. Yeah, I just never grow tired of it. I just think it's great. I just love saying "Count me in then." It's just so fun.
I think it's
That
really,
and
really
the
good to be able
please
to
help me
carry
is so
something
good.
around as well.
Yeah.
Like to not be tired of a thing you're known for is brilliant. Actually, really own it and be like, I did that. That's
And it was great. And actually, what I found, because when people, I said, "Oh, do you want a quote? Do you want please help me?" Or "I won't say thank you," or "Okay, bye." When we were in America, because we were so busy, there were people come, "Oh, how about this one?" I was just like, "Oh my God, I've forgotten about that one." Like, what is it? "No distractions, son. I'm really busy beating up strangers." I said, I've forgotten that one. Yeah, put that on the list. Yeah, there's so many things like gold, "I will never show you weakness ever again." There's just so many great lines that, I feel very, very lucky.
So many great lines, but unfortunately, we're not going to have time to hear them all. We're getting sort of towards the end of the day, and we're extremely grateful that you've given up so much of your time.
Yeah, no, my
For
pleasure.
today. But I am very, very sure that people are going to want to hear more of you. So where would be the best place in all of the social sphere that exists to get more rich?
To get more rich.
Well, thank you.
Get rich quick schemes.
Sort of because everyone's got loads of different things, but sort of where's like the go-to place to?
It would warm my heart if you followed me on social media. I suppose. I mean, I'm on everything. Just as Rich Keeble. I probably use Instagram the most. I also post on TikTok. I am on Twitter, although I don't look at it as much, and I'm also on Blue Sky, which I
The better Twitter.
I recently started looking at again when I had a load of notifications on there. But yeah, I suppose I'm on those. I'm probably most active on Instagram and TikTok, I suppose.
Links are in the chat. Yeah. Well, they're in the chat as fast as I can copy them.
I mean, and we can't really talk about what I'm talking about, but there's definitely very good reason in the near future to be following following your socials.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got some cool stuff coming out which I can't talk about yet. In fact, there's another really cool thing that I've just started doing, which I've had to take my beard off to do facial capture for. So I've just started that. That's a game that hasn't even been announced yet. So yeah, there's cool stuff.
Yeah. And we're not going to do it here, but it will come out at some point. And Rich's Social's definitely the place to go to find out and get all the juicy gossip when that happens. So please do follow along. But also importantly, check out the links in the chat for links to the Tiltify auction for supporting MNDA. Louis, you've been part of the group from the orchestra that have been streaming in support of MNDA. So, and I believe there's a schedule coming up. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about what's happening up to now and what's coming up in the very near future?
Oh my God! So in terms of the orchestra itself, we have a few concerts coming up. I mean, we have a concert in the Mac in Belfast coming up on, I believe it's June 6th.
June 6th.
We have that.
American of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have no personality now, but there's also a matinee performance, I believe at 2
in the afternoon.
At some point during the daytime, there will be a matinee concert. Later on, I believe the 1st of August, there we go. I'll reclaim my identity with that one. We have a concert in the Helix, just by DCU in Dublin, which is amazing because it means I don't have to drive for multiple hours to go to play at an IVGO concert. It's only just down the road. There's some other stuff coming up that I'm not sure we can talk about just yet. And then in terms of streaming, I'm probably going to be back playing Kingdom Hearts at some point. I've had to take up a job. I say I had to. They offered me money and I willingly accepted it. And to play piano instead of rehearsing.
If you come in with diamond-studded dollar euro coins and glasses the next time they see you in person.
No, the only thing diamond-studded now is my CV after all that. That's it.